Oh my God, and we're here. We're live, except we're not.
We're not live.
We're still not live. One day.
Yeah.
Once we
One day we will
figure out this whole situation. Guys, welcome back to another episode of the After School Special Club podcast. I'm Chris.
I'm Mary.
And this is your show for video game news, commentary, and stories from our stupid little lives, coming to you not live every Saturday. Usually live, but not today.
But soon. We're going to keep saying soon. We're going to keep just like saying that for the future.
And then never change. We're just like our terrible, terrible ex-boyfriends.
No, we're better than that.
We're better than everyone.
Yeah, that's true. Speaking truth.
Oh, wow. Sorry. I'm like not looking at the camera because I'm trying to figure out what's going on my desktop. But we're here.
Oh, is there something going on?
Well, I was like, I can't see you, which is weird because we're talking, you know? We talked about this last week.
Well, yeah. I'm trying to train myself to look at the camera though. I'm pretending I should put a little picture of you, like a mini picture of you, like a little like magnet.
Take home one of my magnets from work. There's like 10 of them.
And like your head's just gonna pop out over the top of the camera, and I'm gonna be like, "Oh, it's just like real life. It's just like in."
I should do that too.
Like before.
Just stick a little cutout of you on my webcam.
Mm-hmm.
My webcam.
But or you could do an animal that reminds you of me.
That's true. I do a cutout of Buddy.
Yeah, I'd be like, "Aw,
oh, he's so cute." I just get distracted the whole time. I'm like, "Oh,
oh." Anyway, so this is another episode. This is episode 51.
51.
Can you believe that?
That's gross.
I've been doing this for so long. All right. Okay. Casually offended.
Disgusting.
Yeah. But no, it's been great to be able to have this amount of episodes out.
Mm-hmm.
Out for everyone to listen to and watch and enjoy.
I know. I love doing it so much. And then I love having those deep dives where I go back and I watch all of our old content and then I cringe.
Oh, yeah.
Because we've changed so much. I think we talked about this on our 1-year anniversary episode where we were like, some of our old stuff is really funny, but then some of it's really cringe because we just had no structure and we were just being ourselves. So moral of the story, don't be yourself.
No, always suppress yourself.
Exactly.
Pretend like you're someone else that you like better than yourself.
Right.
Until you just assimilate and just become that person and you have no identity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, how was your week?
I feel like we're giving like the opposite of life-altering,
life-shattering advice.
Yeah, life-shattering. My week's been good. I was telling you just briefly before when we were getting online that I think I am officially into ASMR now.
Mm-hmm. Do tell.
And I just learned this. Not only maybe like a half hour ago.
Mm-hmm. Wow, breaking news.
Sorry. 45 minutes exactly on the dot ago.
This is breaking news, you guys. We're reporting it live.
Yeah. I might be an ASMR pervert. And I don't know how I feel about that because before, we didn't put our headphones on when we were recording in person. But now that we are, and we're plugging into our microphones, you can hear yourself through the microphone, through your headphones.
Right.
So, and it picks up every little thing. And my mic is so close, and it's a pretty good quality mic.
Right.
So I can hear the little tiny nuances of my voice and things that I'm doing. So I was chilling here, waiting for us to start, and I was eating a protein bar. And I think you know what protein bar I was eating. Mm-hmm. It's the cookie.
Classic.
The big cookie one.
Big cookie.
Love that one. Yeah. So the wrapper is very crunchy.
Right.
It's very like, it's audible enough to be annoyed from a distance. Mm-hmm. Loud. But I was like eating it, and then I was like taking apart the wrapper, and I was like listening to myself because I had the recording on, I had the mic on, and then I was like like all those sounds, and I was like, this is why people like it. This is why people enjoy it.
I understand now.
And I just started like giggling to myself. I was like, hee hee hee, like because the noise was like tickling my ear.
Yeah, it was like right in your ear.
Yeah, and I was like, well, sign me up.
Sign me up, baby. This is an ASMR podcast.
So if anyone knows out there how to become an ASMR person or some good things to listen to, let me know because I might have something there that I thought I would be annoyed with. I used to be annoyed with it, but now.
I mean, I haven't deliberately listened to any like ASMR stuff recently, so I have no idea if I'm still affected by it the same way. But I traditionally have never liked ASMR. It always like creeps me out or like makes me feel weird, you know?
Yeah, especially the squirty stuff makes me like catch up, like, like that kind of
It
stuff.
feels like intimate in a
no.
way that I don't like, you know?
Yes, especially that sound, like the chewing sound.
Yeah.
I can't stand it when people around me are doing that.
Right. Like, why would I
Right?
want to
Like,
hear it in my ear? Literally.
yeah. So that's why I thought I had no chance, a zero possibility of becoming an ASMR freak. But who knows? This has opened a door for me.
Well, here we are.
Here we are. We're in heaven. But other than that, my week has been pretty good for the most part. I'm really looking forward to next week. I want to fast forward the clock because I'm seeing Tim Heidecker.
Mm.
And I just want that to happen because I love him so much. And I'm really excited about it because he's touring with his band.
Nice.
And also, so it's like half his band, which I've seen before live, and his stand-up character.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like him as stand-up, but it's not him. It's his character in stand-up. So a lot of people probably won't understand it. They'll be like, this isn't funny. And it's like, it's satire. It's supposed to be.
That's the point.
That's the point of it. But I'm really excited about that. So I'm just looking forward to that. And then the week after that, I think, will be my vacay, close to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really looking forward to that because Stray's going to be coming around that time. I'm just going to be playing it.
Yep.
It's going to be great. But how has your week been?
It's been good. I don't think I've really done anything super exciting. I've just been working and then writing. So it's been very relaxed. And yeah, just like hanging out in the backyard with friends. So it's been very low key, but I also have my vacation coming up in a couple of weeks. Mary and I found out that we're gone at the same exact time for the same exact time frame. So I'm really looking forward to that because I get to go home and I get to meet my nephew finally. So
yes,
yeah,
it's exciting.
He's so cute. I can't wait to hold him.
Yeah,
So
it's been a long time in the making.
I know,
Literally. I have to take a interrupted break because my cat is scratching at the door.
I will also use this interrupted break to get a sparkling water.
This little break in the podcast is brought to you by no one. No one is a nobody who does nothing, and when you don't need them, they won't be there. Before no one, I didn't really know, well, anything. And I still don't. And it's all thanks to nobody. If you or someone you know could benefit from nothing, well, you're in luck. Listeners to the After School Special Club podcast will receive an extra 10% off nothing. That's right. Act now and you will be able to use your 10% discount on anything that's nothing. Act fast because supplies are non-existent.
All right. So sorry. It was necessary though. I'm very thirsty.
Oh, definitely. You didn't hear my stupid little song and dance.
Well, I will in post.
I'll just edit it out. I even sang this. I declared in the song, I was like, I'm gonna edit this out.
Chris will never hear it.
Chris doesn't even know my identity.
You're just like, as while I'm gone, you're like, I can't believe I've been getting away with lying to Chris about who I really am for 6 years.
Yeah, and I've had his credit card information. I've had his social security number.
Yeah.
I've had all these things at my disposal, and it's just really impressive that he hasn't figured it out yet. My name's Carl, by the way.
Oh, hi.
With a silent Q.
Okay. So like QK or QC?
QC.
Earl. But anyway. Yeah, my week has been good. Yeah, I've just been focusing on writing and trying to keep up with that. And because I don't know if I actually talked about it on the podcast yet, because I think it happened while we were on hiatus, but I got a freelance writing job for Keen Gamer. So I've been writing for them every week pretty much. I have a 3 article minimum per week, so I've just been sticking to that because obviously I'm still also very busy with my full-time job and my personal life. So yeah, it's been good, and I'm excited about my upcoming vacation. I'm wondering, because I'm gonna really want to play Stray on the first day, but do you think I should save it for the plane?
I don't know. I
mean, there's plenty of, because I think I might bring my Switch.
Yeah.
And there's like plenty of games. I actually downloaded a couple Switch games recently. So I'm like, I have plenty of stuff.
I would wait.
Yeah.
Like, it would be hard. It's going to be hard, but I would wait.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like that experience like you need to savor
Mm-hmm.
a little bit. That's just my personal take.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
You're like, I played it right away, and then
I played it right away 6 times.
I'm like, all right, well, that's fair.
You're like, you know what? Your life is in your own hands.
I eat my words.
Yeah, for breakfast,
It
lunch,
tastes good.
and dinner.
Tastes great. Nutritious.
I feel like I had something I want to talk about before we go over our show notes, but I can't remember. So maybe we should just jump right in.
Okay, let's jump on in the deep end.
All right, well,
now, folks.
First one's you, Mary.
It's all me, and it's all. I was about to say something was not appropriate. Okay, so did you know that electronics can break?
I had no idea. That's groundbreaking news to me.
Okay, well, you're in for a long story then of disappointment. But did you also know that Joy-Con, specifically from Switch, like to drift?
Oh yeah, they're Tokyo drifting.
Yeah, they are. And it happens so much that it's comical almost. Like every Switch owner that like I talk to, like typically they're like, "Oh yeah, I replaced my Switch, Joy-Con once or twice because of drift." And I hear this all the time. I haven't experienced this firsthand.
Neither have I.
Well, maybe there's something here that we're just we're good Switch parents.
Yeah, because I've had the, sorry to interrupt you, but I've had my Switch since Switch came out. It's the OG, and I've had no issues with it.
Maybe because it's the OG one. And I have the Animal Crossing one, so maybe just because it's Animal Crossing.
Right, it's blessed by.
Like, we gotta make this good. Yeah. But Nintendo made an announcement that they are going to have a system repair service subscription in Japan, specifically in Japan. So they didn't really mention anything about any other region. This is only for Japan. And in an IGN article written by Ryan Disdale, the author goes into the language used by Nintendo to describe the service and the estimated cost of it. Nintendo has launched a Switch repair subscription service in Japan that costs the equivalent of around $18 or £15 a year. As reported by VGC, Wide Care recovers all Nintendo Switch hardware, standard and light. It's interesting how it says standard and light, but not OLED.
Right.
Anyway. So, plus Joy-Con controllers, yay! And the TV dock and AC adapters for any natural breakdowns or accidental damage. That's pretty big. The service costs 200 yen, so around $1.50, $1.25 a month, and entitles subscribers up to 6 repairs a year.
Oh, wow.
Including 2 hardware repairs, with costs covered up to 100,000 yen, or $739, 615 pounds. That's a lot.
That's a lot, actually.
That's a lot. Nintendo has only announced a subscription service for Japan so far, but IGN has asked the company if it plans to bring Wide Care to other regions. So it's called Wide Care. I think that's the name of the subscription. But basically, like, I think that's really exciting because they've had to address this problem for quite some time. This Joy-Con drift has been happening a lot, and throughout the years, I feel like, to a lot of people. And I think a lot of people were angry about it, or a lot of people, it became like a meme almost, you know? Like people would like tweet about it and be like, "Oh, my Joy-Con's drifting again." But now I feel like they're actually giving back like a beneficial service, because it's not only just the Joy-Con drift, like it's anything. If something happens accidental, which happens a lot because we're human beings and we do stupid shit with our electronics a lot of times, it's covered. It feels like really good to know that, because the Switch is what, like $300, $350,
right?
So you could just get maybe a whole new system, with the subscription. So I hope that they have it come to US and also Europe and everywhere, all the regions. But for right now, that's really impressive that they even did this. I mean, I just found out about this the other day. It was a complete surprise. I was like, oh, I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't know they were even talking about that.
Yeah.
But
and it's really cool, like, because I feel like more so than like all of the other consoles, Switch has had like the most need for repairs, especially with the Joy-Cons. So I feel like, like it's a really cool service, and it would be cool if one day we had access to it in the US or, across all regions. Because I also don't know, I at least haven't heard of any other consoles offering something like this, right?
Yeah, not right now. Not especially. I mean, not enough people have the PS5s and Xboxes to be like. But I do remember PlayStation. They have like a warranty, like a year
Right.
warranty. Where I remember when I was younger, our PS2 broke, and it was the big one, like the big PS2, and we actually sent it into Sony, and they repaired it for free, and they sent it back.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, luckily I just didn't need a replacement or anything. Yeah.
Hmm.
So I don't know what that was, but
Weird.
yeah.
Cool. Sorry, I'm having an audio issue. Give me one moment.
All good. We can edit this out and post.
That is the nice thing about doing this this way now is like it's like, oh, something can get fucked up and I can fix it and then we can just cut to the next.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Start.
Yeah, because I was about to say I heard like it sounded like an ocean. Because it was like very airy. I was like, what is that sound?
Is it good now?
I can hear
because I hear it too. Like I hear the
yeah.
Oh, you know what? It's my laptop fan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because OBS.
Oh, that's right. Yep, that'll do it. OBS will do it.
Dabble do ya.
Dabble do ya. I'll try to get out as much as I can.
Yeah.
Denoise that, but
yeah,
I mean,
I think you should be able to.
Yeah, because last time I didn't hear it. Anyway.
Well. All right. Well, I wanted to talk about the new Sony gear that's coming out. And I am lazy and actually pulled the article that I wrote about this.
That's not lazy. You did it.
I did the work. I did what I would have done for these show notes.
Yeah.
But I got paid for it.
Yeah. So even better. That's even better.
So yeah, Sony is releasing a new line of headsets and monitors under the brand InZone because you want to be in the zone when you're gaming. AutoZone.
AutoZone.
So yeah, this summer, Sony plans to launch a new set of gaming monitors and headsets under their new InZone brand. The new line of headsets and monitors are designed to pair perfectly with the PS5, both in specs and in looks. Boasting the sleek black and white palette of the PS5, they will also deliver the enhanced high-quality graphics of Sony's newest PlayStation console. So yeah, that was like one of the first things I noticed about them was they had that sleek, like black and white PlayStation 5 look going on for them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so it's monitors and headsets. And so there's two different monitors. There's going to be the M9 and the M3. So both of them have two HDMI ports, 3 USB-C ports, as well as an external headphone jack. And the M3 will include 1080p resolution and a refresh rate of 240 hertz. And the M9 will feature full K resolution and 144 hertz refresh rate. So basically, the M3 will have lower resolution, but it will have a higher refresh rate, so you'll have smoother graphics. And they also, and then the M9, so kind of with all of these, there's like 2 or 3 different kinds, and each number has a different number of like special additional features and costs, more money. So
Sony loves that.
Right, of course. So for the M9, it's going to have additional features like what they're calling full array local dimming, which allows for greater depth of contrast in the shadows and the highlights, as well as customizable rear lighting. So if you want to have green lights on the back of your monitor, go for it, baby. And so also, for both of these monitors, like I said, they're made to pair specifically with the PS5. So when you are using your PS5 with the monitor specifically, it's going to have things like auto HDR tone mapping, as well as auto genre picture mode. So the HDR tone mapping, it allows for crucial details and colors to be displayed even in high contrast scenes. And then the auto genre picture mode will allow your monitor to optimize the colors and the graphics depending on whether or not you are playing games or watching movies, which I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
And then both monitors also have G-Sync. So
G-Sync.
what this means is
Wow.
that they will have a variable refresh rate. So it'll match the frames that your console is outputting. So it'll allow you to have like less clipping and less screen tears, less stuttering, all that stuff. And so you'll just have a really smooth graphical experience.
Okay.
So the M9 will cost $899 and the M3 will cost $529 at launch.
They both sound like razor blades.
Don't they?
For like a shaver. Yeah.
Yeah.
M9, M3. Yeah. No, it's really cool. I really like the idea of it. And I feel like they're using Sony's wheelhouse because, they already make TVs. They already make like other kind of things. And I think this is just a natural thing for them to do to get more people interested in the PS5.
Yeah.
Do you know if the headphones are going to have any of the features that the Pulse has? The PlayStation Pulse.
I didn't
headphones?
look at, I didn't compare, and I don't know too much about the Pulse. Because typically I'm not a gearhead, but I have actually been thinking recently that I would like to get some headphones for when I play my PS5. And I might invest in one of these headsets that I will go over now. So Sony's also planning to release a set of headsets. There's going to be 3. So there is the H9, H7, and H3. Both the H9 and the H7 will feature Bluetooth connectivity, and the H3 will be wired. And then in terms of battery life, the H9 will last up to about 32 hours, and the H7 will last up to about 40 hours. And then all 3 of them share a variety of features like noise cancellation, 360-degree spatial audio, which I think is an awesome feature for gaming, obviously, because it just helps you feel more immersed in what it is that you're playing. And then, of course, because it's Sony, they're boasting that the 3 headsets feature top-of-the-line acoustic quality derived from their expertise in music headphones. Kind of like you were saying, Sony already makes music gear, TV, stuff like that. So this is very much within their wheelhouse, and I totally think that these are going to be great quality headsets. So the pricing actually isn't too bad either. So the highest quality one, the H9, is $300. The H7 and the H3 will go for $229 and then $100 respectively. So the set of wired headphones is literally only $100, and you get noise cancellation, 360-degree audio, and then just that high quality audio that Sony is known for anyway. I'm I think this is actually a pretty good deal.
Yeah, that does sound like a good deal. I mean, I got the Pulse headphones for $100, and they're really, I don't know how similar these are going to be to each other. I do know that I get frustrated with the Pulse in that I can't connect it to anything else besides the PS5. And I don't know if this is the same situation where it can really only connect to the PS5 or it can connect to everything. Because if it can connect to everything, that's going to be a game changer and make it better. Ultimately than the Pulse. Yeah. I do like the Pulse though because of the haptic feedback that it has. So it kind of parallels the controller. So there's a lot of haptic feedback that's going on, which I really like. But I think playing the PS5 with headphones is definitely an improvement over not playing with the headphones. Yeah. And it's funny about the noise canceling thing. I just bought these headphones, which are Oz Technica, and they're really good. They're really high quality, but they're noise canceling. And when I got it delivered and I put them on for the first time, somebody was joking around with me in the room, and they were talking, and I couldn't hear them. And I was like, oh my God, these are amazing. I can't hear anything at all. I was like, oh my God. And I kept saying to myself, I was like, these are the best headphones ever. You're yelling. The person looked like they were yelling. And I was like, you're literally yelling and I can't hear anything. These are perfect. Wow. They were fucking around with me. They were just lip sync. Yeah. They were just moving their mouth. And I was like, oh,
you got me.
My heart sank. My heart sank because A, I looked like an idiot. B, I didn't have the best headphones in the world for an affordable price, which I thought I did. Yeah. But that's probably $1,000, $2,000 headphones that would do something like that.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah. I'm really into headphones though. They are a game changer. They are amazing for audio purposes and also gaming purposes. Totally. And I feel like anyone that's in this type of line of work or line of playing or passions or anything, I feel like it's worth it to get a pair of nice
Yeah.
headphones. So
No, totally. And
I'm
and
excited.
I'm thinking I might get like the middle tier ones.
Mm-hmm.
Although I don't know, I might just get the wired ones. Like I really don't have a preference to wired versus Bluetooth. Like I'm using wired headphones right now, and these are really good Sony headphones, actually.
Sony.
Because I'm monitoring my audio, and like I normally wear like AirPods, but like it doesn't like it's not one of those things that's like a deal breaker for me. So I'm like, I honestly might get the whatever it was, the H3, because it's like it's only $100, and you get the quality, and like I can just plug it into my controller. Or I don't actually know, because I pulled all this information from their website, where you can pre-order the stuff now. I don't remember seeing anything about whether or not it would be exclusively compatible with like the monitors or the PlayStation, but I don't think so, because they're not selling them as like auxiliary appliances for the PlayStation. Like they're made to be compatible with it, but I think that like you would be able you not I think you will be able to use like the monitors with a PC or like a different console, and the headphones are Bluetooth and wired, so I think you could connect them to anything. So that would be awesome.
That's really
But
tempting.
they have
Yeah,
a
that's
microphone
tempting.
though. So
Okay. That's really good.
which I won't be using. I will be
Ripping
which
that off.
it does have. I was reading like depending on whether or not you have it flipped up or down, will activate it. Like there are buttons, so you can like push a button if you want to be able to talk to people, but also I think I was reading that if you flip it up, it turns the microphone off, and I was like, that's cool.
It's really nice. You flip it up, you think that you're safe, you keep talking, you actually aren't muted. The mic is actually on, and you're saying some shit.
Fuck.
Yeah. Ugh. Anxiety dreams.
Right.
But
luckily I don't play games with anyone, so
just myself.
Just myself.
I would be interested, but I already bought these headphones, and I have the Pulse headphones for my PlayStation 5. So I think I would sit out and then get an opinion from you and be like, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm definitely I'm gonna look and see like if there's any deal breakers between the H3 and the H7. But I think for the most part they have the same features, except for that the H3 is wired. And there might have been like, I think there was like one or two other things, but yeah, for the most part you get all the same benefits. So I'm like, that's really cool. Like I definitely don't have any interest in the monitors. Really cool. Like I don't need a monitor. But the headphones, I'm like, it's time. Get some headphones for gaming.
Do you think it's going to be the same situation, which a lot of things are right now? It's going to sell out and it's going to be really hard to get?
Maybe.
After like a month or two? Like,
I mean, I really don't know. I didn't see anything about them like anticipating that, but who knows, right? It depends on how popular they are, but they are available for pre-order. So I might go after we do this and pre-order, do my research and pre-order and be like,
that's smart.
Give me that.
Yeah, I'd say now pre-order for something besides games. I'm not in the camp of pre-ordering games a lot of the times. But for anything else, pre-order that shit. Make sure you do, because you never know.
Especially anything like technology related.
Yeah. This is a very like technology related podcast, by the way. I don't think we've had an episode where we've talked about like technical things like this.
And it's like the only topics that we have. Like I have one more topic, which is actually about a game, but yeah, I'm just kind of like, oh wow, we like really went tech heavy this time.
We did. I did want to bring up something like a side note about what I was talking about with the cost of everything and not being able to have it in time and not being able to like get it if you order it and things like that, running out. Did you hear about the shareholder meeting with Nintendo about all the parts that they're ordering?
No.
So I'm just gonna give a quick like run through of it, which I think is interesting, which ties into that, is that Nintendo, basically this shareholder meeting is for anyone who wants to join in who like has stake in the company, and basically it tells everybody kind of what they're doing with their like money, where is it's going, this year, their fiscal year, and what their plans are. just financially. So basically they covered over this part where they showed like this graph, and it showed that they're putting in a lot of money right now into like
Mm-hmm.
parts and like
Right.
materials. And I think it's quadruple or like triple the amount of what they usually spent. And really, this number is only was seen when the Switch
Mm-hmm.
came out, and when the OLED came out, and when like things came out. That's when these numbers were kind of
Right.
comparable. So a lot of people have been speculating, like, oh, is the Switch 2 coming out because of this? And that would make sense in a lot of ways. But the president was like, no, we're just like keeping these just in case something happens. The market's so unpredictable
Mm-hmm.
right now. We want a good price. We want to make sure we have these parts like before they skyrocket or something happens and we won't be able to get it. And that's basically what he
Mm-hmm.
said. I don't know though. They're one of the most secretive gaming companies out there. They like to fool around. And maybe, just maybe, we're going to have a Switch 2 next year.
Who knows?
I hope.
Nintendo.
Nintendo, which I thought was really interesting because it's cool how these like shareholder meetings always kind of sneak a little information
Yeah.
out to everyone, even though when you think about it, it's like, oh, it's just talking about like financial stuff and that kind of
Right.
thing. But really, like, maybe that was their key 3 event. They're like, we did leak some information.
They're like,
out.
you have to decipher it though in order to figure out what's going on.
That's true. Oh, like that's total Nintendo fashion.
Yeah.
But anyway, I wanted to bring that up because I wanted your opinion on it, and whether you think that there will be a Switch 2 coming out in the foreseeable future.
Yeah, I mean, I think like obviously like the success of the Switch has been really like it's a very popular console, so I could see them totally, creating, bringing a Switch 2, and like I think that they would have to give it like some sort of overhaul or just like really improve upon the specs, because like the Switch Lite and the OLED, and it's like, yeah, it's like it's still just like a Switch though, and so like I feel like they would really have to like overhaul the hardware and make it more appealing and make it more up to what is currently on the market, which there's an awful lot of really big games that they're putting on Switch now. I don't know if you noticed that, like a lot of like first party games, like big like games that really only run well on like a PlayStation or an Xbox. So I'm just like, I wonder if my hunch about like better Switch specs would be true, because it seems like they're trying to push all of these like huge games. Like I saw Nier Automata is coming to the Switch, and I'm like, it's gonna look, I'm like, what is that gonna look like, a potato when you try to play it on the Switch?
I know. Spuds. Look at this spud, not specs. Look at this spuds.
So I'm like, I do wonder if maybe like they are working on like the Switch 2 and it's gonna have like way better hardware and blah blah, because I think the appeal of the Switch is what it is, right? Like it's a handheld console that can also be put up on a monitor or TV. But I think that like, as per usual, like Nintendo is behind on the spec side of it. So I'm like, I'd be curious if like they're working on making it more like the specs of what's already out there, but keeping that handheld appeal of it. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like they have to keep the handheld experience with it. Like they can't go a full different direction and be like, okay, now we're just doing like a console like everybody else, because they're so behind right now with that. There's no way they can compete with Xbox or PlayStation. So they're definitely going to keep like what they're doing right now. And I'm calling it now. It's going to be a Transformer.
Ooh.
It's going to be a car. You're going to drive around in it. You're going to be able to fold it up from a car form into
It'll make
your pocket.
you dinner.
Yeah. It'll complain about its day at work to you, and you'll be like, just shut up, Switch. Shut
up.
Hey, switch off.
Whoa.
Wow. No, but I do think that there will be, in seriousness, I do think there will be a Switch 2, and it's going to look very similar, but I feel like it's going to have, like you were saying, improved specs. I think it's going to have improved memory, improved load times.
Oh, God, yeah.
They need to really focus. They need to focus on load times, because you were talking about these big budget games coming out for the Switch, And I'm thinking to myself, like Nier Automata and even Persona,
Right?
like Persona 5.
Oh my God.
I'm thinking the load times for that are going to be really bad on the Switch right now. So I feel like they need to improve those, which I do feel like they already know. Like they already know that they need to improve on those things. So that is my big hope, because if I can have a Switch that runs smoothly, like minimal load times, I'm talking PS5 load times on a handheld, that is the future. That's the future of gaming.
Because and like I just feel like it's interesting that they're starting to push all of these huge games that were originally just like on PlayStation or on Xbox over to Switch, even though the Switch is not like designed for that. And I mean, like, it's not totally brand new. I mean, they've released like years ago released like Final Fantasy X on Switch, but it's an old ass game. Now they're really pushing all of the newer like PlayStation 4 titles, for example, onto Switch. And so I'm like, it would be interesting to see if that's the direction they're moving in, is being able to create a handheld console that supports those kinds of games, because and it would still be different than like the Steam Deck, because the Steam Deck is basically a handheld PC, it's not a handheld console. So I think that they could still work with that model that they have, but improve upon the specs of it for sure.
Yeah. But anyway, I just wanted your opinion on that.
Also, because now, because we're kind of shifting gears to talk about games specifically.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about, or did we? I don't think we did on the podcast, them remaking Last of Us.
Oh no, we didn't talk about that. Like one of our most favorited and like loved franchises of all time. We're just like, nah. Troy Baker talked a lot. Like a little bit too much. We are so sorry to cut this episode short. Chris and I are still working out the kinks on how to relocate our wonderful podcast experience remotely. So the audio cut out after that. We do appreciate you listening to our podcast, and we will be back with a full episode very shortly. Again, thank you for all the support, and you'll be hearing from us soon. Bye!